Well, CJ, just kind of talk about how different preparation is when you go on the road, especially going to a place like LSU for the first time.
Well, we know it's going to be a hostile environment. The young guys are kind of like, all right, well, I mean, they've been in our home stadium, and we're like, all right, well, now just imagine our fans who are yelling at the other team just booing you instead of cheering us on. So we know it's going to be hostile, and we know that we're going to have to prepare extremely hard because LSU is a great team, but we're going to have a great week of practice and get after it.
This is a measuring stick game for you guys. How much are you looking forward to the chance to maybe prove that, hey, this team just isn't, we're back?
Yeah, we felt like getting that first SEC win was a really big positive step forward to us. However, we know that going out in this game, this would, like you said, this would be a huge measuring stick, and we'd really show a lot of people that it is a new day, and we are on the right track and ready for the season.
These games against LSU come, especially down there, come down to the wires, really close, and then even here. Auburn hasn't won down there since '99. So how have you guys talked about any of that? Maybe talk about, hey, we got to go down there and do something we haven't been able to do in a while.
We haven't talked about as far as like the streak down there is concerned. We haven't talked about that just because that is kind of in the past, and we're trying to focus on this week and the future, and I know that the coaches are going to have a great game plan for us, and it's up to us to execute and have a great week of practice and preparation.
Coach Malzahn was talking about just the offensive struggles, especially in the second quarter this season. What do you think it's been?
I'm not really sure. We've had great drives to start off the game, and I think our focus needs to be on sustaining that and keeping our foot on the gas pedal and not holding up a little bit. I feel like we shoot ourselves in the foot a lot, and it's small mistakes here and there, and that starts to add up. So we need to focus on minimizing the little things really, and stop hurting ourselves, because when we don't hurt ourselves and we execute properly, then we go down the field in a minute 56 seconds and score.
From a confidence standpoint, how big is winning one like you had last week?
It's huge. I think that speaks volume to our growth as a team. We grew up really fast in that short amount of time. So I think that helps a lot in confidence and the maturity of our team.
CJ, do y'all have a lot of verbal signals when you're on the field, or most of those just come from the sidelines and y'all use hand signals?
They're mainly hand signals. Especially this week, we're gonna have to use a lot more hand signals than we have been, and Nick's gonna have to go up to the line. He gives us the hand signals when we look to the sideline for hand signals, but as far as the line is concerned, he's gonna have to go up to probably each individual player just to tell them protection if we check the play.
So the issues with the noise are more between Nick and the offensive line this week?
Yeah, and I don't think it'll be a huge issue. The running back especially. The running back and receiver all know the signal from the sideline, and Reese knows the signal from the sideline, so he'll communicate to the guards if anything. And I don't think it'll be a really big problem.
You guys have already done some work with noise pumped in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We usually do it every day. We have a few periods where Coach Malzahn just cranks up the volume, and we'll make it usually a third down period, just because third downs are usually pretty loud, and turns the volume all the way up. And we haven't had any major communication issues there, so I think we'll be fine.
What was your first interaction with Nick when he got here, that you really felt like this guy could lead us? This guy could be our captain?
I think once he started getting familiar and comfortable with the offense, he came in and he was kind of overwhelmed with everything that was going on as far as Coach Malzahn's expectations of all of us and being perfect. And if he's supposed to keep his foot in the ground and he picks it up on a run play, then the coach will get after him for it. And I think once he started buying into all right, coach wants us to be perfect, everyone's being perfect, so it's time for me to be perfect. I think that everyone started gathering around him and really understanding that he has the potential to be a great quarterback.
What was Coach Malzahn like on the sidelines, those timeouts in the final drive, and then what was he like after you guys scored? He seemed pretty intense and excited.
Yeah, that's actually one of the most excited I've seen him since I've been here. I've been freshman year. He was really calm. He was he was asking Coach Lashley, all right, these are the plays that we're going to run in this situation if we're on this hash. Coach Lashley was like, all right, that's good, gave him his input and started, adding in a little more plays. And Coach Malzahn seemed calm as anything, and I think that helped us. And then after we scored, I saw that fist pump. I didn't see it until later, but I saw that fist pump, and I think that just shows that he has confidence in us, and we have confidence in him. And when push comes to shove, we'll execute and find a way to win.
Have you seen the GIF?
Do what?
The one with him and Coach Mullen, have you seen that?
I have it.
Okay.
What happened with it?
It's fun. He just uppercuts a picture of Coach Mullen there.
Oh, that's fun. I'll have to look at that.
How much confidence does it give you, though, that he came to you in that position there in the goal line, and after, struggling, not you particularly struggling, but not being able to get the ball in the first 2 games?
I think that, I don't know, that gives me confidence, I guess, knowing that he has confidence in us and me, and, the fact that Nick and I, practice that throw a lot after practice and during practice, and, he feels like he's not going to call a play if he doesn't feel confident in it. So, I think that gave us confidence as Nick and I, and as an offensive unit, knowing that, he'll call a play if he's confident in us.
What about you personally, though? When I'm watching that play and I see you get one-on-one with that cornerback, I knew where the ball was going. I think everybody stayed moving. And even if the defense knows where it's going, you still have to go and make that play. Talk about what the attitude you have to have, saying, okay, everybody knows where the ball's coming, I still need to catch it.
I think us talking a little bit before the game about that particular play, and him giving the double move instead of it just staying like the normal play or whatever. I don't know. It was a confidence booster for me, and during the play I knew how to make it, and I don't know. I just know how to make the play. I guess.
You tell Nick, hey, throw it high, or have you guys worked on that?
Yeah, we work on it a lot, and he knows that he needs to be a little more patient, especially when it's press man, which it was, and I think he in particular kind of wanted that throw. We were talking about on the sideline what formation to run it out of or who to put in, and Nick told Coach Malzahn he'd prefer this formation, so I guess that even gave me a little more confidence knowing that he wanted to throw it to me. So yeah.
How much were some of the struggles to get you the ball early? Whether it was the one drop or just the missed connections through the first 2 games. How much did that kind of weigh on you personally?
It didn't really weigh on me at all, to be honest. We have game plans each week, and me not getting the ball is fine with me, to be completely honest. As long as we have, as long as we win, that's honestly the most important thing. And I've felt like I've been blocking pretty well, so that's a confidence booster for me. And hearing Coach Grimes and Coach Fountain kind of like praise me a little bit for blocking it's pretty rewarding.
After leaning so heavily on the run in the first 2 games, how big was it to get the passing game on track on Saturday?
I think that was huge, and I think that gave confidence to Nick and as well as the receivers. And I think the coaches are confident now also, knowing that we do have a really good passing attack, and if the running game isn't there, then we can pass. If the passing game isn't there, we know that we can run.
CJ, I know Philip was still pretty healthy and playing in the LSU game last year. Were you able to play in that game at all? Did you get many reps?
I got a few reps in blocking, I think like 2 or 3 plays.
Have you talked to Philip at all about, because I know he was around a little bit?
Mm-hmm. I talked to him when he was here last week, just like, how are you? Just being a goofy kind of, not really.
Nothing about football?
Yeah, nothing about football, just how are you? And he was being goofy, so obviously I'm going to be a little goofy back with him.
How much of a concern have drops been with receivers?
I think it hasn't really been that big of a concern. Coach Malzahn obviously doesn't. Nobody wants to drop a ball, and that's something that you're kind of like, man, you don't want to put it to heart or put it in the back of your head. And I think in practice, especially if we drop a ball, we've gotten better with, all right, we dropped it, we have to move on to the next play and make up for it. And I think the prime example was Quan on one of the plays where he dropped the ball and we came right back to him the next play and he scored an 81-yard touchdown or however long it was. So, I know that we don't want to drop it because we want to keep, Nick as calm in the pocket as possible and confident in his throws. But, I know at the same time if we drop a ball, it's not going to affect us too much.
How impressed were you with Marcus Davis in that game, and specifically on the last drive, just his awareness to know to get the ball and then to get immediately out of
Yeah, I
bounds?
mean, he did a great job. He grew up a lot too. You know, true freshman coming in and making a huge impact, and you know, obviously Coach Malzahn trusts him. We trust him in those situations, and we practice those all the time. And you know, he came up big for us, and that helped us a lot.
CJ, talk about what you're expecting out of LSU's defense Saturday night.
We're expecting them to be physical, aggressive, come after us. We know they're going to play a lot of man and, you know, make us beat them as a receiving core. And they're always going to be physical up front. And, you know, it's our job to make something happen.
Are you or any of the other veterans on this team giving advice or talking to Nick about the environment he's going to walk into, you know, SEC on the road, Death Valley? I mean, it's a completely different situation playing on the road, especially for the quarterback. So are y'all giving him any advice? Or
Yeah, I mean, we're just telling him that he needs to maintain his composure, really, and we don't have any doubt that he won't maintain his composure. But you know, we have been telling him it's going to be crazy. You know, from us pulling in the bus, people yelling at us, to walking into the stadium, to anywhere in between, that it's going to be like an atmosphere that he hasn't encountered before. But you know, we told him that we're going to be with him, and we're gonna be able to, you know, capitalize the offensive unit and just to relax back there.
Yeah, not many fields have a live tiger on the field.
Yeah, they're gonna probably put us right next to us as we're walking out. It's probably gonna be rolling at us, whatever. But that's gonna make it all the more fun.